Good morning, happy March 12th, and welcome back to the Leaf Riders of Wrenwood. Now, as you may have noticed, I did not upload a video for March 11th, and that's because I was super busy. I actually had yesterday off work and was helping some family out with moving, but that is all done now, and I just did not have time to record the calendar, but I figure I will just do both of them today. So let's go ahead and get right into it and see what happens now that we've kind of done some odd jobs around the town. So let's see what we can get up to next. Oh, okay, we are at the Needy Stick, apparently. So we have Monday, March 11th, 2024, which is Moon's Day of Frostmelt. And yeah, I guess we're at like a little tavern here. And there's a few patrons in here. And it looks like the frog in the background is kind of like watching us like a little ominously or creepily, which is kind of funny. And I'm looking around because it feels like there's going to be a pickpocket symbol here. Yeah, there is. It's on the frog. Okay. I'm still not going to do it. This one doesn't feel like, they haven't done anything wrong to me yet, so not going to do that yet. Maybe, I guess, based on the events of the page, I will, but probably not. All right, let's go ahead and read what it says. The hour grows late, so you decide to relax in a tavern for a meal, a drink, and hopefully some good company. Some friendly folks gossip at the counter while tough-looking critters are gathered at a table playing Recruits. Okay, so first we need to play a game of Recruits, and then two, we need to share in the gossip. Okay, so number one, play a game of Recruits. If you want to wager some amber in the game, you may bet 1 or 2 amber per round and play up to 5 rounds. Oh, wow. Okay, so you could really win or lose a decent amount of amber here. So step one is place your bet by paying 1 or 2 amber. Step two is roll a d12 and note the result. Then you have to guess if your next roll will be higher or lower than the result from step two. Then you roll a d12 again. If the guess was correct, you gain double. For example, if you bet 2 amber and roll a d12, a 5 comes up. You say the next one will be higher. You roll the d12 again and a 9 comes up. You win 4 amber. Ties are always lost. You cannot use abilities or items to modify rolls. You may also play with a deck of cards. Draw a random card from the deck instead of rolling a d12. Okay. And then it says once you're done playing, there's stuff. Okay, so we'll get to that later. I think it's a little bit more fun to play with a deck of cards, mostly just because I don't get to use this all that often. Although we will a bit more now that we have the party members. But I'll go ahead and play with a deck of cards. Um, I will. It doesn't say what to do about jokers, so I think I'll just remove them. We'll get rid of those. Okay, and yeah, let's go ahead and we'll bet 2 amber for each of the rounds. So I'm just going to go ahead because it's 5 rounds, right? Yes. So I'm going to just go ahead and mark off 10 amber and just bet 2 every round because that seems fun. All right. So we'll go to 13. All right. Let's see how we do here. All right. So we'll go ahead and draw our first card here. Our first card is an ace. Okay, I guess maybe I should have considered, but I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter as long as I don't draw another ace if I'm counting this as high or low. Um, but just for going forward, in case I draw one later on, I guess I'll say that I'll count aces as low. So that's low. Okay. So now I'm gonna shuffle between each one, and then here we go. Let's see how we do. Okay. Our second card was a 3. I didn't say higher, but I suppose that was obvious. I wasn't gonna bet the impossible one. So ace is a really good hit. So yeah, so we win that one. So that brings us up to 17 because we get double. Okay, that was our first round. Now let's do our second round. We should shuffle these back in so we don't affect what's possible here. All right. Do another shuffle here real quick. All right. So our first card is a 6. Okay. So I'm going to say higher. All right. And we'll flip. And we got higher. Great. So, because that's an 8. So that's another 4. So we go up to 21. Lovely. Oh, I guess I needed to erase the 1 as well. All right. 21. Okay. 2 for 2 so far. You love to see that. All right. These are very satisfying cards to shuffle. I don't know if I've said that before, but they feel really good. Okay. Round 3. We start with a 6 again. The same 6. That's funny. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to say higher again. A 4. Okay. So we just don't get anything for that. All right. Let's go again. All right. Round 4. Here we go. All right. So we've got a 2. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to say higher. A 3. All right, well, we got it. So 25. So we've now at least made a profit of 2. So even if we don't win this next one, we at least gained, which is good. All right. All right, here we go. The last round. Right now we're only up 2 amber, but I mean, we'll still take it, but that's not, super exciting. But if we win this one, going up 6 amber, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. So we have a queen. Okay, so I mean, I'm definitely going to say lower because it's only kings that are higher. And a 6. Nice. All right. We got some pretty lucky flips having like an ace, a 2, and a queen. That is pretty good. All right, so we go up to 29, which is awesome. And can put these back here. All right. Go ahead and put the jokers back in the deck before I forget. All right. Now there was something after that as well. So it says, once you're done playing, if you won 2 or more rounds, which we absolutely did, a rabbit at the table gets angry and flips the table onto its side. He then stands up to you and jams a finger into your chest, accusing you of cheating. Okay, so we have some options. We can threaten the player, which would be rolling a d20, adding strength, and reminding us of our intimidating ability. Or we can try to convince them that we were honest, which would be rolling a d20, adding charisma, and if we had the persuasive ability, we could use that. Okay, so I mean, I statistically we're better at doing the strength one because we uh, have the intimidating ability, and our strength and charisma scores are the same. But I kind of, and I guess we also have we could use the Firefly to try to also improve that. That said, though, I kind of think it makes more sense to try and convince them I was honest because I was. I, like, I don't want to try and intimidate them. I mean, you could flavor the intimidation as, are you sure you want to accuse me of that, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is what we want to do. Maybe the problem is I feel like that just aggravates the situation. No, I think I'll try to convince them I'm honest. Like I get that they're drunk and they probably aren't gonna be listening to reason, but I think that's the way we're gonna do. So yeah, let's try and convince them we were honest. So that's rolling a d20 and adding charisma. and it says if your virtue is less than 0, there's a modifier, and if it's more than 0, there's a modifier, but we are still just even 0, so no change here. Alright, so let's just do a straight roll and add charisma. A 2! That is not very good. Okay, so if the result is 12 or less, the rabbit player throws a punch that connects hard with your face. Reduce your health by 1. Alright. Well, that guy's rude, and I am now going to pickpocket him. So let's do that real quick. Because, we need to be able to pay for a health potion to help for that, that health he just took from us. So let's go ahead and roll to pickpocket him real quick. Okay, we got 2. I don't know if you can really see that, but we got 2. So we're up to 31. All right. 31. There we go. Okay. And now the second part is share in the gossip. Hey, I ain't seen you going into the castle earlier. Sorry. Hey, ain't I seen you going into the castle earlier today? Mayhap you can tell us what's going on? We've all noticed the trees around the castle looking wrong and wondering if something has happened to the Tree of Seasons. We are all worried and feel the critters deserve to know what's happening. Do you divulge any information? Interesting. So, I I know Master Laurel had counseled us not to tell anyone, and I suppose I do generally. It's tough because I do think the people should know. Like that is, it impacts them. Um, but I also don't know that it's my call to make whether or not to tell everyone. So I kind of think I won't. Like we still are in the middle of figuring out the status of it anyway. We may as well at least wait to tell people until we have more concrete information to give. Like we just did the ritual. So, yeah, I think I will not. You decline to comment and keep to yourself. The critters take this as a sign of troubling news and continue to gossip amongst themselves. All right. Well, there we go. That's what we did. So overall, a productive day. We lost a little bit of health, but we're still looking all right. And we definitely went up in amber. I think we started the day with 23. So we uh we are loaded. All right. But now, let's go ahead and just tear right into the next day. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, that's really cool. That may be my favorite of the arts we've had so far. I really like that. Okay, so we have Tuesday, March 12th, 2024, which is Truce Day of Frostmelt. And yeah, night has definitely fallen, and it doesn't look like there's too many people out and about as people are kind of getting ready for bed. But it's really cool. I really like how this looks. I do want to quickly do a little scan for any treasure symbols, because we could certainly find treasure around town as we're, I assume, making our way back. I don't see a treasure symbol, though. Alright, well, let's go ahead and read what it says. So, it's dark when you leave the Needy Stick Tavern. The night is calm as you take a quiet stroll around the residential district. Most celebrations and activities have ended, but there are still a few things to see. Okay, so we get to explore the city at night. All right. Okay, so the first thing is locked out. You find a tortoise trying to get inside their home after a long day of work. They have broken their key and can't seem to get past the lock. All right, and we have some options. So we have A, help the tortoise by fixing the key with magic by using a spell slot or surge available. Okay, so we can just use any available surge or slot. Got it. Okay. We can B, help the tortoise by picking the lock, which would be rolling a d20, adding dexterity, with a reminder of locksmith abilities, which we don't have. And then there's C, help the tortoise by breaking down the door. Roll a d20, add strength, and it reminds us about the athlete ability. and then we can also choose to rob them instead of doing any of those. I think it's mislabeled here as B, as option B. I think it's supposed to be D, but that's fine. Well, I'm not going to rob them. I mean, I will probably just see if I can pick the lock. I don't know. I guess I can't do more than one. I don't know. Yeah, but because like I'd happily use the slot if I can't do another thing. But it's also like, why use it if I could just lockpick in? Yeah, I mean, I think if I was in the situation, I would try the lockpick first. So let's do that. Okay, so we need to roll a d20 and add dexterity. Okay, we're pretty good at this. We're +3. A 15, yeah, that's great. So that's 18. So, if the result is 13 or more, oh, I missed. It says gain of virtue. Okay. Well, we are no longer at the the neutral one, so we will now be getting penalties and buffs here. All right, there we go. We're at +1 virtue. Okay. So, an 18. If the result is 13 or more, you oh, sorry. If the result is 12 or more, I was reading the wrong section. You bypass the lock to open the door. The tortoise thanks you with a gift of 2 amber. Okay, nice. Up to 33. Very good. All right. There we go. And now we have a lonely bug. An old and lonely caterpillar crosses your path. It struggles to move and tries to get your attention. We can roll a d20 and add wisdom, and it reminds us about the bug tamer ability. All right, let's do this. Roll a d20, add wisdom. Okay, that's a 10. And our wisdom is +0, so that's just a 10. If the result is 10 or more, the bug is hungry and anxious. It beckons you over to an alley behind a tree. Suspecting a family of other hungry caterpillars awaits, you follow it. However, it's a trap, as a shadowy figure emerges from the alley with daggers drawn. It rushes towards you, slicing wildly with its daggers. Okay, we have a surprise attack here. Well, let's do this. So let's go ahead and roll our attack here. Okay, that's a 6. And that's +4, so that's a 10. Now, the uh, the enemy's damage, or not damage, defense is 13. So we could use our boon. The boon, we'd have to roll the 3 or the 4. I think the 50% chance is worth it, but I guess we should see if our defense is enough. So we'll go ahead and note that for now, but let's go ahead and roll our defense. Because or I keep saying the wrong words, our damage. Because if the damage isn't enough to vanquish it, then, maybe I don't use the boon. Oh yeah, and we only rolled 2 for damage, and it's got a health of 5. Now, we should absolutely use our Gale Strike, because these refresh each page. So let's go ahead and do the Gale Strike and see if that gets us up to at least 5. Okay, it does. So we have 5 damage, so we do vanquish it if we hit. So yeah, I think it's worth trying to use the boon. So we have 5 damage. We're at 10 right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can hit a 3 or a 4 with the boon. Okay, we hit the 4. Awesome. Okay, so we do hit because that's a 14 to hit, and we do enough damage to vanquish it. Great. It had a attack of 11, standard damage of 2, and partial damage of 1. Okay. If you defeated the attacker, you take 3 amber from the body. The bug appears grateful. The the bug being the caterpillar? So it wasn't in on it? I kind of assumed it was in on it, like it was supposed to draw us into the alley. I guess not. Okay. Well, regardless, we get 3 amber, which puts us up to 36 amber. So overall, quite a successful couple days here. We did take a point of damage, and we had to use our boon, but I mean that's why it's there. There we go. All right. And I imagine we're about at the end of our day here. We have had quite an eventful day, but we will see if that is the case tomorrow. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.